Hey, welcome to another video from the Outdoor Analyst. Hey, I've got a super fun one for you. I feel pretty darn lucky to be able to have gotten this knife. And this is going to be just an initial impressions, not a real review. Having a real review over any sort of knife takes time. You have to use it, you have to be in a lot of different situations, and you find different things about it the more you use stuff. For me, this is my first venture into a Les George knife. And this is the VECP, and this was a exclusive from DLT where they had Chad Nichols, his stainless Damascus, which I've had some good experience with before for several years. And it's a hand ground VECP. And this thing is gosh darn gorgeous. Kind of black PVD, titanium scales, pocket clip. This is a really gorgeous knife. And for some reason, I thought it would be actually a little smaller than it is. I don't know why. But I watched a video from DLT on it, and man, it's just, they explained it as basically being almost Sebenza smooth, kind of in between a Chris Reeve knife, and also maybe like a Hinder, I think is what Ali explained it. And this thing is awesome. Now it is harder to do basically everything on camera. The detent on this is lovely. I am not a big flicky knife person. I don't like flicking stuff out that often. The detent on this is actually really great for it. The smoothness, it is buttery smooth. Wow. It's like a really buttery Chris Reeve. Now, I love Chris Reeve knives. One of my favorites, I'll just compare it here, is going to be Sebenza 31. Oof. I love how smooth, how slow, how hydraulic the feel is. The Les George is just a little bit smoother. And now that can be good, that can be bad. I think it's really good. Lock up on it, really nice. Right about maybe a quarter lock up on there in the lock bar. Wow. When I pulled this knife out, it was in no way, shape, or form going to be my top 5 of the year. At least when I ordered it, essentially. I did not think it would be. And it immediately turned into it. It really did. This thing is the most chamfered, gorgeous feeling piece of machinery. I guess I'm gonna call this a custom slash maybe mid-tech custom, since he hand ground the blade, but the rest of this is all truly chamfered. It is smooth everywhere. The ergonomics are just magnificent, and it has just enough weight to really feel of substance. That's what I like about, Chris Reeve knives. So they have a little weight to them. They're hydraulic. They just have a lot of substance to them. They feel tough. This feels tougher. This feels more like an Nunzan, maybe even a little thicker than that, as far as I should have pulled my Nunzan out. But I feel like they're kind of more along the lines in that sort of realm. Now, I'll put up another comparison here. This is going to be a Spartan Harsey Plague Doctor in Chad Nichols stainless Damascus. And what this is AEBL mixed with 440C and nickel. AEBL is a great steel. I feel like, as far as edge retention goes, it's about like 154 cm. I think it's pretty close to that. In all reality, when using it, this has been used for 2 years. Now, ironically, this is my wife's knife. I got this from my wife. The one knife that she liked was a Plague Doctor, so the only one that was left at that time was a Damascus one. And, well, she got the best knife at the time, and it was definitely hers. And she has used this on more boxes, packages, than absolutely just anything. Now, granted, quality-wise, the Les George absolutely blows Spartan Harsey out of the water. The Spartan is not even close. Fit and finish, not even in the same realm. This is technically the same price. I would not ever pay the price again for this Spartan Harsey. This is more along the lines of, it feels like Spyderco quality. If you ever had like a Spyderco titanium, like even the stovepipe, it's just, that's how it feels. That's the quality you're getting. You're getting several $100s less quality than you are from a Chris Reeve or from now a Les George. This is just the next level. But I do love Chad Nichols Damascus. It just reminds me of edge retention wise 154 cm. I've only had to strop this in 2 years of insane use. I mean, my wife has cut more cardboard and tape with this knife than ever. She has no idea how much this knife cost. She just loves the look of it. I mean, it does look amazing. And the steel's great. It really holds up incredibly well. That is for darn sure. Is it better than S45 VN? No, it's not anywhere close to it as far as toughness or edge retention. But AEBL is fairly tough, and it gets edge retention because it's tough enough as a stainless that you can go with a pretty thin edge. Now, this is not a super thin edge. I think it's a nice hollow grind on there from Les. Oh, but it's a little thick behind the edge. It's not incredibly slicey. I wouldn't want it to be. This is kind of a work knife. Oh, did I just say a Damascus steel is going to be a work knife? Yeah, I can't not carry this and use it. I just can't. This is too good not to. It falls in the lines of a Chris Reeve. It falls in the lines of my Unumzan. My Unumzan's probably one of my most carried knives. This is going to be one of the most top carried knives of the year. Up until that point, I'll just tell you, top carried knife was a Demco 20.5. I've had a bunch of different versions of it. The titanium is by far the best. It is just awesome, size-wise comparison. It's definitely smaller than the Les George. I don't know if the camera's kind of changing angles there, but blade's a little shorter. It's a little less than 3.5 inches. This is about 8 inches long. I think this is in 7, maybe 3/4 for the Demco, something like that. Great knife, absolutely love it. One of the best knives of the year, 3V steel. Oh, so gorgeous there. But this thing, top 5. Top 5, I don't know where it's gonna land. I kind of wanna spend some more time with it. I think I'm gonna do a folder video. Initial impressions, it's one of the best knives I've ever felt. As far as when it comes to like titanium frame locks, gosh, this thing is freaking up there. It is really up there. It's Chris Reeve quality without a doubt. So think of it like that. If you're thinking about a Les George, from what I can tell, sample size of 1, this is definitely Chris Reeve quality. It might even be a little smoother. It may have a slightly better detent. Great centering. The only thing, and literally the only complaint I could have, is that when I run my finger through here, I do feel the tip of the blade. I kind of have chunky fingers, not gonna lie. Can't feel it with my thumb. I can feel it with my index finger, my middle finger. Yeah. If I really push in there, I can feel it with the thumb. But you get a little bit of that edge there. You get the tip. It's there. It protrudes just a hair. Does it come out from the scales? No, but if you got fat fingers, you're gonna feel it. That's it. That's literally all I got. Is it a perfect clip? No, this is not the best pocket clip. They should have probably got rid of the lanyard hole and moved it further up. Is it a stamped? It might be milled. I feel like it's kind of like a stamped titanium. I don't know. Doesn't feel super special, but it works. It's very stiff. It holds in the pocket well. Will I love this knife in a year? We will see. I have not fallen in love with any of my Spartan Harsies. I have 2 of these. I have one in Damascus. Fudge, that's a terrible detent. I also have one in S45 VN. I love the steels on both of these. I actually love the ergos. Just the detents are total crap. And there's still lock stick on this after being opened. I did probably 2,000 opens with this, maybe more. My wife has probably opened this at least another 500 times, probably way more than that, honestly. That's a lot of boxes over 2 years. It's just, yeah, not in the same realm, but the steel's great. And, you know, after 2 years, I don't recommend Spartan Harsies. I love the designs. I may get one just for a design if I ever do another one, but I know the fit and finish is not anywhere close. It's not even near the same level as this or Chris Reeve. They're just so far apart. And I guess I should have pulled a Spyderco out. Like, I have a Spyderco stovepipe that I love. I may do a review on that. Really great knife. It's great until you put it in side by side to one of these and you realize it's out of its class. It's not nearly as nice, not as smooth. Does not have the same care on the titanium. It just doesn't. So there it is. Initial impressions, very impressed with Les George. It's definitely on my list to maybe get something else, maybe even a tougher steel. I don't know if I really want to beat this up, but I do. It just calls to be my EDC for months on end, just like the Demco. And can you tell that I've beaten this thing up? This 3V's, okay, well, that's a little dirty. It's been through just about everything. Still looks great though. Still looks really great. That's when you have titanium that has some milling on there. That helps really hide all the damage and the beatings on it. That's for sure. But yeah, random video. Just first impressions. If you have a chance to get a VECP, it's a fairly large knife. Oh, man, the dog just woke up. Hello, dog. At least the baby didn't wake up, so win-win there. It's a big knife. It's really nice, super smooth. If you like that slow roll, boy, you can do it. I really do love that. If you want to flick it out, you're that sort of person, easily can do the reverse flick. I cannot. I am not a flicky person. I'm not a spidey flicker. I like to slow roll things open, and gosh darn it, this is good. This is good. I hope my impression of this stays the same. Nothing changes. It stays tough, it stays strong, and it just gets me through my everyday tasks. So there it is. If you get a chance, pick one of these up. I do not think you'll be disappointed. Sample size of 1, being honest. Sample size of 2 on some knives, and you realize, ooh, maybe it's a bad company. But so far, 1, this knife is fantastic. Huge fan at this point. I will definitely be keeping my eye out for Les George's other work. I know he's got a lot of other work out there, but something directly from him. Ooh, yes, please. Any day of the week. Got my 2 thumbs up of approval there for the moment. This kind of ended out the year. I'm amazed I got a video in, to be honest with you. Been a wild last month of 2022. But so far, this is probably one of the best knives that's come out. I know the VECP is not like new, but I think this hand ground version, something special, something super special. Thank you, DLT. Thanks for doing that. Man, that is good. Chad Nichols does really good work, or his company does. I really do like their AEBL 440C mix. I've never had any issues with it. It's just so good. And it's also really hard to do stuff on camera. Good jimping. It is nice and non-aggressive. Yes, dog, I'm coming, bud. But really, really good. And it fits the Saber grip super well. I have large to XL hands. The ergos on this are what win me over. I just don't want to put it down because the ergo, man, I suck on camera with this thing. The ergos just feel so good. There we go. Les George VECP. Go ahead and get one. Yeah, full approval at this point. Like, subscribe. Thanks for hanging out. Honestly, appreciate it. If you want to see some more crazy videos about knives, I'm usually a fixed blade guy, but I've really gone kind of crazy on folders this year. Sue me, but they're what I carry every single day. I do carry a fixed blade to work every day too, but I use the folder probably a little bit more. So anyway, absolutely love this knife. Cool review. To me, I love doing it. I hope to just absolutely love this knife more and more and more. That's my dream, is that I fall more in love with it as the year goes on, or as next year goes on. We're almost there. All right. Have a good one, guys. Have a great 2022 and a fantastic 2023 coming up. All right. See you on the next one.